So the next thing we're going to talk about, the next mistake that amateur owners make that professional trainers don't, is taking the horse's actions personally. And I see this all the time. And I'll use one example. You have a horse that you're trying to lunge, and the horse is coming into you. It doesn't want to lunge. And the owner takes that personally, and they say, well, he just wants me to scratch on him. He just wants me to love on him. It's not that he wants you to love on him, it's that he don't want to work. He's getting in your space so he don't have to move his feet. And that's taking what the horse does personally. And another way that happens a lot is you go ride the horse, and in whatever way you don't have a good ride. And I see so many owners take that personally, like the horse did that on purpose because they don't like the owner. And that's never the case. Well, I say never. I mean, I guess it could be the case, but it's rarely the case if the horse has been treated properly by the owner. It's just that there's a hole in the training somewhere. There's that. Having a bad ride is another one of those symptoms that you need to look and see what the cause is. Is it bad? Uh, is it a lack of knowledge on the horse's part? Is it a lack of respect, or is it pain? That's where owners get into a trap. And I used to do this all the time when I was first starting out training. I'd get on a horse and have a bad ride, and it's like it would hurt my feelings because that horse didn't try to work for me. And at that time, I didn't really understand that it's my job as a trainer to teach that horse to want to try, to teach that horse to want to please. And so many owners, because they take the actions personally, they don't take the time to teach that lesson to a horse, that to teach the horse to want to please. Because a rider or an owner that takes things personally, that teaching to want to please is contradictory to their personal feeling interactions, because I'm going to make that horse work to teach him to want to please. That's what I did with him, make him move his feet. I didn't take his behavior personally. I didn't dwell on the moment of he wants to take me over there. I made him move his feet and developed a little bit. It's not all there, but it's a lot better desire to please what I ask him to do. Yes.
We're getting a lot of comments now. Dusty came back and he said that he always tries to give you a heads up on what he sees and experiences to try to give you the upper hand. And then he commented saying, talk about how like, love, and hate figure in a horse's mind.
Yeah, really good point, Dusty. So he said when he transports a horse in, he always gives me his input of how he reads the horse, and he is always spot on. He's never gone off in the wrong direction. And he said to comment on or ask me about how does love, hate, and what?
Love, or like, love, and hate figure in a horse's mind.
Like, how does like, love, and hate figure in a horse's brain? Well, horses don't like, love, or hate the way we feel those emotions. And every people are at an extreme with horses emotions. Some people say horses don't have any emotions. Some people say absolutely, they want to categorize horses that and say they have emotions just like people do. And I'm in the camp, I'm somewhere in the middle. And I'll tell you a story to go along with that. And every time I tell a story, I start to tear up. So I had a horse that I ran for a world title. I had her in training for 2 years. Ended up winning an NRHA reserve world title on her. Me and her got very bonded. And so many people think about showing a horse to a pretty high level. It was as hard as she could give me. That that it turns the horse away from people, and it doesn't if you do it right. It actually bonded that horse to me really strongly, and that horse went home. The owner started showing the horse, and I think it was they showed the horse with kind of mixed success. They didn't really have the bond with the horse that I had, and I think it was maybe 2 years later, I was at a show and I was sitting at my stalls in a lawn chair, kind of towards the end of the barn aisle, and they drove up to show at the same show, and they're probably 30 or 40 yards away from me. I can see them walking past the end of the barn aisle out in the parking lot. I spotted the horse spotted me, and the horse pulled away from the owner and came over to me and nuzzled her head into my chest. And I don't know how you would classify that as an emotion, but that horse felt a connection to me. So I don't think they like, love, and hate the way we feel it, but they definitely have a herd connection, a herd bond. They have buddies that they'll hang out with in the pasture. They have other horses they'll avoid in the pasture. To say that they like or love one horse and hate another horse, I don't know that that's really the right way to put it. But they definitely have horses that they buddy with and horses that they stay away from.